everybody, Guy with the Meter here. It is Sunday the 17th right now, and I am licking my wounds and recouping from a wonderful show. Some of y'all may have heard of it. It's called Made of Steel. Yeah, that was this weekend. That was an awesome friggin' show. I kind of went back and forth on whether I was going to go live tonight or not. I talked myself into it because I was all wired out afterwards and let's do this. I want to get home and do this. And then I came home to a nice air-conditioned house and plopped my tail down and said, nah. And now I'm doing it. So, yeah. We'll give a couple minutes for people to log in, my computer to get up and going and everything. So, what's up, Mitch? How you doing, brother? Like I said, we'll give it a couple minutes, see who all comes in. We got Mike, we got Chris, Compton. What's up, guys? When my computer gets up, I had somebody ask me a question about their score, and I'll get up on that as well. So, the turnout seemed to be awesome. The turnout, Made of Steel, is just a wicked good show. What's up, Chris? It always is a good show. It always is one of my favorites to go to. Even if I wasn't running it, I think it would still be a good show to go to because it has so much there. There's so many different vehicles. There's so many different styles, and they've got you've got a Giant Azarella with his jacked out, totally just gorgeous truck. He's got a blasted ramp on the back of it for his I don't know what those things are called. They're bigger than a golf cart, but smaller than a dune buggy. I can't think what they're called. Maybe somebody can tell me. But he's got one of those on the ramp on the back of his truck. What's up, Dan? How you doing, brother? So, hey, Mom. So, you've got that. You've got the donks are out there. You got the lowriders are out there. You got the old boxes are out there. The old, the Nissans and the Chevrolets, the 80s and everything like that. It is such an awesome, fulfilled show of a lot of different, I don't want to say different cultures, but just different things. Ruben, how you doing, brother? I got to see you for like 12 seconds the entire freaking weekend. I feel bad about that. We definitely got to hook up. No question about it. Lane, how's it going? Hi, Mom. How you doing? Yeah, so Dan, Mr. Hawk, as it were. So for anybody that wasn't in the show, give me 1 second. Let me get a drink. My throat definitely has the weekend after show feel to it. Thank you, Glenn. The side-by-sides. I knew that. I just couldn't freaking think of it. Johnny has a ramp built on his tail in the bed and partially on the top of the cab for his side-by-side. And the side-by-side is just amazing in its own with the amount of audio and lights and all that stuff. Not my thing because I don't own a side-by-side. I don't work. My after-hours activities do not include a side-by-side. I don't go out to hang out in the mud pits or I don't, anything like that. I just don't. I've got a gator here on the property and no, okay, that's cool. I had a golf cart when I first moved in here and I got rid of it. What's up, James? Just because I didn't use it enough and the batteries, I think, were just massively expensive. So yeah, Ruben, they had you over on the east side. You had all you and the stunt walls and all this stuff separated out from the rest. And I gotta say, I'll get back to this in a second, Dan. What's up, Jennifer? What's up, James? The layout of it works so much better every time. The way that Kent and his team of people, they have it laid out so that everything is separated out from everything else, but it doesn't feel like it's too hard to get to anything. Like they set the barricades up on the competition side of it so that people don't come and park in the lanes and blocking the exits and all that such. They actually have the barricades set up and the markers. I mean, you could drive through if you wanted to, but the markers are set up. And if anybody parked on our side of the markers, they inquired about it and they kept it going. They kept it smooth, and that was just freaking, that was so awesome. Made of Steel seems to be more and more organized in a positive fashion, and you don't really have. I can't think of a Made of Steel we've had that seemed disorganized, but every time the next year you're like, oh, they took care of that. I didn't even know it was a problem, but it makes more sense now. And it's people don't understand what actually goes into a show. This isn't that a guy gets in and says, hey, I got some property here, and everybody says, okay, let's go out there and play. There's a lot involved in this. There's a whole bunch involved into it behind the scenes, especially for shows that are big like Made of Steel, Sundown, TDH. You don't just run a place and tell a bunch of people to show up. There's a lot of logistics involved in it. So left straight from Made of Steel to witness the coming of Jesus at the builder's house. All right. I'm trying to think of what, if you're talking about for Donald's build or, I don't know, but whatever it is, your build's impressive. That is a very great sounding, looking, everything about it, Jennifer, is just a great vehicle. So anybody that doesn't know about her, follow her. She constantly posts videos about it and, gives the inside on it, gives little demos and such. So what's up, Dakota? What's up, Robert? What's up, Curtis? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Mikey? Damn. So let's get back to that. That's actually on my list of things, because when I came on, I had nothing to talk about. And as I'm just sitting there winding down, it's like, oh, this was awesome. That was awesome. That was great. So for anybody that doesn't know and didn't come to the lanes, I bought a trailer. I bought a concession-style trailer. What's up, Julie? What's up, Peggy? I bought a concession-style trailer in the sense of it has the flap that comes down the side, so it opens up the big window area. It's got the door on it, but there's no food stuff or anything like that. When I bought it off a marketplace. The person that owned it actually used it to run a like a help facility for people that need help following for medical and things like that, almost like a consultant deal. But she specialized in Spanish, so she centered in on the Hispanic culture, and from the looks of it, she was doing quite well. She got rid of this trailer to move up to something bigger and better. I think she actually has a brick and mortar office now. So enough of all that stuff. This has finished floors in it, finished walls. The big opening, the flap opening, has a piece of plexiglass over it, so you can still see out. But it's got an air conditioning in it. It's got a refrigerator in it. I fell into this one on Marketplace. I saw the basics of it. They didn't say anything about the air conditioner and refrigerator in it. I got there and she just goes, uh-huh. She had a very hard language barrier. Thank goodness her daughter, which looked like she was, early teens, what have you. She walked up and goes, yeah, I can speak English. Like, boom, perfectly clear. And looks over at her mom, and her mom, blah, blah, blah. Goes over to me and says, well, it's got this, it's got this, it's got that. I'm like, well, it's that this? She goes, blah, blah, blah. And it was done in no time, and I am extremely happy I upgraded to it. So, I got a new trailer. It's got an AC in it. This first run, I want to thank Nikki and Brendan and Chris. This first run in the trailer, I admittedly, I'm going to dive head first into it. I didn't want to, obviously, I got the brains to get it a couple of weeks before the big show. I got it a couple of days ago. It sat in my yard, and I haven't really had time to go out there and do much with it. And then Friday morning, busted tail, getting it clean, not getting it cleaned up, but getting the stuff transferred to my other trailer and figure out what I need and what I don't need, get things up. This could be here, this could be there. And then, I may have a very passive attitude on the outside, but the reality is I'm always thinking of 1,000 different things. And with those 1,000 different things, there's 100,000. Well, there's actually, in my industry, there's a thing called failures PPM, which is failures part per million. It means that every board has over 1 million failures that can happen with it, in the sense of this is wrong, that's wrong, this and that's wrong, this, that, and that's wrong, so on and so forth. So that's the way my mind for the past 30 years has been trained to think. So when I get something new or when I do something, I'm happy and excited about it. I can't wait to do it, but I've never done this before. What if that happens and this happens, that happens? Everything went great. The only little micro of a downside is I can't use my micro generator anymore, that little teeny one. That would burn less than a gallon of fuel per day it made a steal. I had to use my big dog that I use on the camper that is I think it's a 3800 watt because it had the 300 amp out, the 30 amp outlet on it. So bigger generator, more current. I burned about 5 gallons of fuel the whole weekend. Not bad, but if there was something bad about it, that'd be the bad thing about it. There's a list in my little pea brain of a goldfish mind of things that I need to do to the trailer, not because the trailer needs it, but if this had that, then this would be easier. So like replacing stuff, getting everything in its own home, getting it more organized. It did exactly what I wanted it for. I got the trailer not because I wanted air conditioning. I didn't even know it had air conditioning. I wanted the trailer so that for a 2-day show like Made of Steel, it is a son of a gun with just a regular generic box trailer, because you got to fold everything up, you got to wrap everything up, you got to put everything back in its cases, you got to put it in the trailer. Then Saturday morning comes, and you got to come back out, and you got to spend another 20 minutes taking everything out, setting everything up, plugging everything in. Saturday night, same thing. Sunday morning, same thing. With this thing here, stopping and talking and, just chilling with my buddies, we had the whole thing tore down and together and hooked to my truck in 15, maybe 20 minutes. And that was casually wrapping the wire like, dude, that was a freaking awesome show you did, man. Oh, yeah, dude, that's a great it was great. It was awesome. From here, I'm the type of person, if it took me 20 minutes this time, it's going to take me 15 the next time. And then after that, I'm going to nick it down to 10 minutes. And then after that, but there's constant room for positive motion and progress. And that's why I try, because efficiency means that we don't spend a lot of time tearing down or setting up. We get more time to socialize and hang out. That is one of the biggest, my own personal faults. It's one of the biggest ones that I could think of, is because I don't always think of myself. I've got 3 just awesome judges working with me. Nikki, I would trust Nikki to walk away and run that computer like nothing to it. Brendan, he and Nikki together could run this whole organization, because Brendan's just a work mule. He goes out there, he gets everything stretched out, gets everything hooked up, gets the mics to the right location, he knows the rules, he's got it all memorized. Everything is great with him. Chris is great for what he does. He's great for running the mic, he's great for socializing. I don't believe that he could run a show by himself like Brendan and Nikki could, but I don't know. But either way, with the 4 of us, one of us, it's Saturday. Brendan didn't help with the meter. He got there, and Nikki, Chris, and I ran the meter. And Brendan went out and demoed the bejeebers out of his car. Ended up launching one of his subs, which is, we'll talk about the Made of Steel curse in a minute. But so he came Sunday. Then Chris and Nikki took turns going out and doing what they wanted to do. And, they came back to help out. But it was just an awesome, great, I've said it before and I can't say it enough. I think we finally have a damn good team together. And consistently, we have yet to have a show where I've called any of them up and they're like, I don't know, I can't do it this weekend. We've always got at least 2 of us at a show, and that's great. There may be the show in June, Nopi Nationals. That weekend is Sarah's graduation. Yes, she's 9. This isn't high school graduation. This isn't college graduation. She's not getting her 3rd doctorate. But she's my freaking kid. So Melissa and I, for her graduation, whatever grade she's in, that weekend, majority of the time, unless there's something that's come up or that falls on a funky weekend, that weekend we always go out and do something. We always go to make a weekend at Disney or something like that to help celebrate and relax and have fun. So what's up, Joseph? That weekend happens to be when Nopi Nationals is this year. So it's the first year in a long time that audio has been invited back to it. Russell with Base Wars got the call first, and then he contacted me and said, what's up, buddy? And, got us in if we could do it. So I'm going to talk with Nikki. I brought it up to her. She says, well, that sounds like a... So kind of going back and forth on it. If we go, that's great. If we don't, not a catastrophic event. I don't see it being a, oh my goodness, humongous show. For audio just yet, but it's like any of them. You got to go to it. You got to put the face out there, you put the name out there, and then it slowly builds up. Made of Steel wasn't always as big as it is. Eastbound Get Down wasn't always as big as it is. Everything has to start off. The good thing is that Nopi, for anyone that's not gone, I went to Nopi, I want to say 2014, 2015, 2016, somewhere around that time period, and ran with ISPLL. I ran their lanes there. The overall show is amazing. They got the drag strip. They got, all the race cars are out there. They got all the muscle cars, and it's like based around that. And then they invited audio in along with. So, okay, that's awesome. Even if you don't go for the audio, go and check it out. Go and check out Base Wars with Russell, because he's doing good, and he's trying to freaking make it bigger and better. And I'll tell you, Made of Steel, I think he and I had comparable numbers for head counts, which is awesome, which is so awesome. I love to see my friends prosper. I hope that he puts ACCL out of business, because that means that he is doing that good and got that strong of a following, and that means that he has expanded to that level. And not even so much for him, but his organization has expanded that much in Florida and is getting bigger and bigger and better. And for him, just the same. So I just got a message from him. He just got home a couple minutes ago. He came here to package his stuff up and go. He lives on the total east side of the state. He's like 3.5 hours away. It wasn't too long ago. He just got home. So he messaged me. He says, I'm done for the night. I'm good. It's got him come in live. But, I've got a couple things to talk about. But I think this isn't going to be that wicked long of a show anyways, just because, you can hear the rasp in my voice, which is amazing because I got a PA system and I sat in the freaking air conditioning, but it still is the dust and dirt, and it still is when I do the awards, I go auctioneer mode, I'm fast, I'm screaming in the mic, so, we all pay for it. So, let's see, what else I want to talk about here? I had an incident this weekend that I have not had for a couple of years. And I've only had like once or twice before. People, I understand accidents happen. But please, for the love of car audio, make sure the equipment is out of your vehicle before you pull away. I'm not calling names. I'm not trying to post shame or anything of that nature. I understand it happens. I understand you get the adrenaline. There's so much going on. There's so much, noise. And there's so much, the fog of the mind. But that meter's over $1,000. I don't think you want to drive away with $1,000 dragging behind your vehicle. And I know we should check on stuff. But when this person did it, we were all screaming at her, stop, 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 stop. And then after it was pulled off the table and ripped out of the computer, she stopped. So at least you didn't go and drag it down the highway or, through the parking lot or whatever. So, James, if Nikki does take it, it'll most likely be Nikki and Brendan. I do appreciate that. Always thankful for the assistance, the people that offer it. So, reach out to me, Jason. I can be, yeah. Okay, so I just answered that question on it too. So, okay, don't drive away with my freaking equipment. Don't leave without checking to see if the meter's still in there. I gotta say it 3 more times. Come on, people. So, I'm not trying to bash or anything. Like I said, just have some sense on it. I myself, this show was one of the first shows where, what the hell are you doing, buddy? Was one of the first shows that I ran the Suburban all the way through my lanes 2 or 3 times. I think I ran it twice, but I fiddled around and all that stuff. And then plus I ran it Base Wars lanes. And I took home 2 first and a 3rd place. So my favorite award is the 3rd place. Because the 3rd place means I've got work I need to do to get to 1st place. The other 2 that I got 1st places on, I'm going to probably say, get the hell out of here. I'm going to say that's probably because the guys that normally could beat me weren't there. So I'm not letting my head get that big, but it felt good. And anybody knows me back in the days, I ran the lanes. I was in the lanes. I was in every show. Whether I was the judge there or not, I was at the lanes and I was going, and I got a bug on my shirt. What the hell, buddy? Get out of here. And it gives an adrenaline rush. And I almost lost the effect of what it was, because I see you guys in the lane. I root for all you guys. I got respect for you guys. I get into your systems. Oh man, it's great. You did that, and that's awesome. That's all. And then I hopped in the GMC, which had 2 Audio Legion 6s in the doors, and putted home. Now that we finally got the Suburban, not finally, but now that the Suburban is up to a base level to go off of, the speakers that are in there the first time had their issues. We countered those. The enclosure's been modified, so now it hits stronger and lower. The amps have all been tuned on and I can't push this enough. I understand I work with US amps, but even the guy in the Lamborghini compliments the guy in the Ferrari. You got to give credit. You don't make all the best products, and you damn sure don't make all the products. Have respect for other companies. For a sports car, I would own a Honda. For a car that gets stupid good fuel mileage and you'll pass that down 4 or 5 generations because the things last forever, I would own a dozen of them. So on the same respect, what I'm getting at through this long hong drill thing, I run the DD ZV1, or the, the name's what? It's the Digital Designs unit that has the one input, and then you put all the amps into slave mode, and you run them off that, and then you turn the gain right there. Those things are freaking amazing. I love it, because the entire show, and I beat the living bejesus out of my equipment because that's what we do, right? It's made of steel. If you're going to blow something, blow it made of steel. I couldn't even get smoke coming out of the port of that damn thing. So anybody doesn't know my equipment, I'm running 4 Merlin X, US Amps Merlin X 15s. They're based off the RE Triple X platform, the motor in the basket, and it's got the US Amp soft parts in it, upgrade spider, upgrade cone, all this stuff's upgraded to today's standards. They were jumping. They were hopping out the box. Didn't hear them bottom out. Didn't hear them clap. The amps for AB class, for the best of my knowledge, never got above $150 for the temperature, which that's our operating temperature. The DDZ, I think it's the ZV1 is what it is, but I may have it mixed up. The DD unit takes a single signal in and then splits it up into, I think, 8 different channels that all of them are on the same even input. You don't have to worry about your gain jumping. You don't have to worry about any of that. We took these amps in to US Amps, to the lab, and Sean Nunemaker actually bypassed the preamps on all of them. So now they're all in slave mode, which means they go off what their input is, and that's all they do. That's wonderful. That is awesome. So back to the chase. Ran all weekend, beat the bejesus out of it, to the show and back, full tilting through Brooksville. Don't care. It wasn't, I didn't do it early in the morning. I didn't do it late at night, and it's in a moving vehicle, so it's completely legal. The equipment held up. The equipment held up strong. I was going to say, the only change that we're going to do now is now's the time that we have a baseline to go off of. My peak frequency in that truck is 33, and which sounds great for everybody else, but for me, I want it in the 20s because I'm wanting to take on and carry bottom out. I want the bottom out to be 20 hertz and whatever. So what it's going to be tuned at, I don't know. I want the enclosure tuned to the dirt. So that's where we're going with that. Let me check, see what is everybody going on here. Oh, what's up, Hannah? How you doing? So not big, like high voltage. Oh, there we go. All right, so Dan a couple guys came up in and said the DD ZVL. That's I know it now that I see it. It's one of those kind of things. But those things are just freaking awesome. Do other companies make things like it? I don't know. I don't think I've seen it. I believe that Down for Sound has one, but I'm not 100% sure. I may be thinking of their signal processors. But either way, whoever has it, get it. If you run more than like 1 or 2 amps, when I was running the JPs, I'll admit on that, running the multiple amps, even when I was running the Orions, because I had 3 Orion 5Ks in there at one point. Get out of the way, dude. They would still walk from each other. And even if it's just sort of half a volt's a killer, because that sub isn't moving with as much pressure as their other subs are. So the DD, I watched them all weekend. All 4 of my subs perfectly sync with each other, all at the same temperature. All my amps are the same temperature, so it is awesome. So let's see, yeah, Nikki, Brendan, and Chris did awesome this weekend. Oh shit, why the hell did I forget this, man? John Kent, that man is the master of masters in his own. He runs those shows. He and his team run those shows. What's up, Johnny? What's up, Joseph? Like well-oiled machines. Every year it gets bigger. Before I left, all the raffle money and there's a couple other things there. They donate to, I think, the children's cancer. All the things they claim for that go to that. They don't take a slice off the top or pay this or pay that. Every money that's donated goes straight to that foundation. For Made of Steel, when I was leaving, in curiosity, I inquired. They had over $7,000 that was donated just for that. Just for the children's cancer. That's awesome. That is great. I think all of everybody that donated needs to give themselves a good attaboy on that one. That's awesomeness right there. So let me see here. Trailer did awesome. So here's one. Nikki's not even on here right now, but I want to commend her. I want to personally commend her to this weekend. She finally broke a 150 in her truck. Now, for some of us in here that are, 50s, 60s, whatever, yeah, okay, all right, whatever, she did her 50. But you got to think back of when you broke your 50. She did it, and we're sitting on the lanes, and we're trying this, and we push this, and we do this, and we do that. She did it. It did a 150.0. Didn't even do a 50.1. Wouldn't even give her a 10th. We did a 150.0, and that was awesome, because she's always been right in the mid-high 40s, 47, 48, 48.6, 49, never cracked that 50. So she did the 50, and she popped it. The downside is the clamp wasn't hooked up because she was just piddling around, so we didn't know kind of why she did or anything, but still, that is freaking awesome right there. So, you read out loud without proofreading. I missed something on that. Not even, it must have been last week or something he's talking about. So, yeah, the other happening of the show, we had Mike Belden come to the lanes, and he ran, and he put out a damn good number. I mean, it wasn't like a low number, like, I'm like, are you okay over there? He put out a strong number. I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's great. And then told me the truck wasn't running the whole time. I'm like, oh, shoot. Yeah, he ran out of freaking gas while he was waiting in line, while he was waiting to get up in there. So I don't know if he actually limped it to the actual meter, or if he just barely had just enough to start it and spud it up there to it. So once he ran, and that was amazing. I tried to take a video, but my phone was so overloaded with stuff that when I tried to open up the video, it delayed and delayed and delayed, and so I ended up taking a picture of it, and that was the picture that I used for the main post on the other thing. But even after doing that, he still broke 50 and held it. And Brendan came by in his little Brendan mobile and hooked the tow strap up to it and pulled this full-size truck with Brendan's little 4-cylinder Suzuki. He's got a Suzuki Enclave, Encore, the station wagon. Anybody knows him seeing it. And, everybody's like, oh my God, that's so. I'm like, that's nothing for that car. I've seen him use that car like a truck so many times when the man has got a pickup truck and he's got a big industrial truck. He's like, that'd require me going home and getting them. I'll just put it in the car. And then seeing his car riding on the ground, he's got so much stuff stacked up on the roof of it. I'm like, yeah, that's just the way Brian is. It's all good. But it was a trick seeing him pull the truck out of the lanes with the tow strap and stuff like that. So, you know what, Pendleton, I hope it works out for you, man. I hope everything gets working out for you. What the hell's the name of his damn business? Oh, Rock Bottom Customs is what he's listed at, and that's his page. So if you're looking for something, check him out. Just Google out Rock Bottom Customs, and see what see what they have to offer. I believe they do installs and such as that, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't. Right now, I'm out. I'm done. I'm dead for the day. That's about where I'm at. So, scores will be posted sometime between now and when I do it. I'm gonna try my damnedest to get to them tomorrow. So there was a damn good turnout, and it's much appreciated, much love from everybody. And Russell had the same. So that's great that both horses are growing. The show itself looked like it was excellent. If I remember correctly, John said he didn't get an exact count to know, but he said it seemed like there's more people here than there was last year. So that's freaking awesome that everything keeps growing and the sport's still staying alive. That's what it comes down to, and the reality of it is that everybody's still involved, everybody's still vested. We saw some insane, crazy numbers. Anybody that wasn't at the show or didn't come to the awards thing, Tony Pascal, he rightfully won, the loudest no wall that ran in my lanes, and he rightfully won the loudest overall. He did a 163, I believe is what it was, on his run. And that was, there was another gentleman up there. He was new, and I think his name was Peter. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm sorry. He came rolling to me. He's like, yeah, who's your last? I'm like, I don't know, man. You want to try it? So he came and he did respectful numbers. That man was doing, 61, 62, whatever it was. So whatever they were. And then Tony said, well, we can't have that. And beat him by 0.5 decibel, which is, anybody that knows the higher up you get in the decibels, the harder it is to gain. When you're in the 40s, you can move this, you can move that, you gain a half decibel, you gain 3/4 decibel. You I don't know, roll your passenger seat forward and fold it forward or whatever. Yeah, no. When you get in the 50s, a little bit harder. Get in the 60s, you got to make some pretty significant changes to gain anything really worth talking about. So, thanks for the shot. I had a blast as always. Dude, nothing of it, man. I'm sorry. Your son messaged me when I got home and was asking me to post videos, and like I said, my phone just kind of went and seized up. So, on the video thing, the phone itself was working fine, but when I hit record, it just kind of sat there for a minute. And by the time it started recording, you all were done moving the vehicle. So, I took a picture instead. But Dan Hawk, they were parking spectators in trailer parking. Oh, dang, that's awesome. Because that means we're getting huge. And we're possibly starting to outgrow these fairgrounds. So who knows where the next ones will be. I know we had a handful of people strongly suggest that we change the date of Made of Steel because of the heat and everything like that. But, we've got so many other shows around the month. So, Philip, I have no idea, man. I'm doing this. I had so many people enter, I can't remember. I'm sorry. If you did win something this show and you didn't stay behind to pick it up, I don't mail them. There's one guy I said I'd mail it for. But next show you see me at, I'll have the awards with me. So if you want one, if you won one, if you whatever, just say something. I can't reuse the awards for the specialty shows like Eastbound Get Out, Made of Steel, and stuff like that, because they have the name of the show on it, they have the date on it, so it's not like I can take it to the next show and reuse them. So, I have them. I can't reuse them. Come get them. So if you miss your awards on a regular show, try to pick up your awards. Try to have your friends pick it up. Try to have something like that. I don't mail them, and I hate to see people go without their awards, but you know, actually, hold on, Philip. I think I can see it in here. Give me 1 second. I want to. Yeah, okay. So for 360, and I will put you on blast if. Wait, did you say 360? Yeah, that's stay a second for Philip Dale. I don't see you in 360, buddy, unless you got a different name that you put it under. So, Steve, Sarah, Matt, Ricky, Slamry. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in there. Peter Sherman. That was the guy that Tony was going up against. Stupid good build. Loud build. Much respect. Respect. That's no way around it. But, you know, he still got beat. So, Philip, I will post the scores. Yeah, I don't even see you in there. Shoot. Oh, Glendale. Okay, I'm sorry, buddy. I got the memory God gave a goldfish. So, Glendale, you got second place. And respectfully so, because your second place was against Tony. So, you did a 145.6. Third place did a 145.4. That's freaking awesome. Those are great. For wall one, that's fine. Tony Pascal came in and said, hey, hold my beer. Oh, look at this, 155.3. So, yeah. Oh, wait, you're no wall, did you say, Philip? I'm sorry. Well, are your subs inverted and the magnets are up or something? Because if that's the case, then you're considered a wall class. I don't know why I would have put you on wall class if you didn't. So, either way, I mean, if your subs, if the highest part of your substage equipment is further than 12 inches from the roof, then I'll change it. That was just something I may have glanced in and see. Okay, so if that's the case, then I'll change it right now because I am sure that I will be just too tired to see straight after doing this, and I'll forget. So let me change that now, and that may change some things. Yeah, we had a lot of people. That is awesome. I gotta go through. Oh, there he is. All right, wall. All right, change you to no wall. If you say you're no wall, you say you're no wall. Nobody's gonna go against it. That's no wall one. You got it. And then now let's see where that puts you. For no wall one, you're first place. So with your 45.6, that knocked down XD Matt to second place with a 42.8. And that bumped my daughter down to third place. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So, no, I'm kidding. No, that's awesome. Congrats. Like I said, I just didn't. I remember you said something before I left. And I said, take a look at it. So, yeah, Mom, the CEO, she got third place. She did a 139.8. So, in which I got to throw a plug in here. We pulled out the other amp out of Sarah's car and put the US Amps Impact, which is our lowest model, and she held it, and I think she actually got a higher score right now, but I'm not 100% sure. So what we're going to work on next in the Honda, I haven't told Melissa this yet because it's only her car, you know. Dude, Philip, anytime, brother, hit me up anytime you want to, any show, any whatever, I'm always open. It's my job, it's what I do. But back to the Honda, Sarah's car. I believe the next step we're going to do on that is we're going to replace the sub out. And it's nothing against the sub. It's a Sundown E-Series, which is a 300-watt sub in a stamp basket. Got a little T magnet on it. It's in the box that was sold by Down for Sound. And it's got a good wide range on it. It plays down in the 20s and it plays up in the 50s. So it's got a good range on it. But I think at this point right now, we are happy with a 30s average, 30s average, 30s average. I'm thinking we're going to put some US amps in there and get her in the low mid 40s next. So, you know, because most of the time they say so over this. But yeah, so I mean, overall, I saw a lot of people that broke their own records this weekend. I saw a lot of people having a great time. The Made of Steel curse was still strong. We had, I can count 4, 5, maybe even 6 people that had equipment, like catastrophic equipment issues. Like, not just like, oh no, this got a, you know, somebody blew a sub, somebody blew an amp. One of the guys across the field, thank goodness they caught it. He had, his wires got pinched and actually started stuff on fire. We looked way across the field and saw some smoke coming out the doors. We're like, oh, you know, that guy just launched a sub. Ha 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 ha. And they went over to open the door and more smoke was bellowing out. So luckily enough, they got it under control and got it stabilized. Something shorted out the battery. I think the cables got pinched to each other on the ground, and it pulled that lithium like straight down. So cut the wires, cleaned it up. The vehicle itself, for what I know, was not damaged, or if it wasn't damaged, it wasn't damaged beyond repair. So that is awesome. That is great. But you get things like that at this show, and you get things, especially the big shows, because not as much like that, but the equipment, people push it, and people go harder, and people go stronger, and people, yeah, poor Chris Compton here, just blew his equipment. It happens, unfortunately. One of the guys on US Amps was running the subs, and I think it was Saturday he took video of it, and you know, every time he hit, the sparks would fly out. And the next day he had up and going again out there, you know, pumping ass on it. It's what we do, unfortunately, fortunately, however you want to say it. My equipment needs to be upgraded. I need to fix the enclosure. Brandon needs to fix the enclosure, because I don't work on boxes. I do installs, do everything else. I don't work on boxes. But we've got to fix on that. I've got to fix my door. I've got to put some dampener stuff in it. I had it. And I fixed the damn window on the driver's side, and I propped some stuff up underneath it so the track wouldn't flap around. And I played it all day Friday and then all day Saturday. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is awesome. Then I hit that one song. Windows said hell no. So now I got to go in there, and what's up, Mike? What's up, Jason? I may have to go in there and see if I can get Chris or somebody else, whatever, to weld more brackets in there onto the track to keep it, because I don't know if it's ever worked with the old school box Chevys, but the track on the right side of the driver's door, the one that's closest to the inside of the vehicle, that's got a mount on the top, and then it has absolutely nothing, and it's got a mount on a bracket that goes just like that and clicks on, so it's about like that long, that thin, and that wide. So it literally is like you could push it and the whole thing just there moves. So I rolled up. Mom said that on the Hernando website there was some lady complaining we were rattling her windows again. But for that, what I may end up doing is putting like a garbage bag full of Expandifoam in there to get that to fill up but not like block the track. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But that's what we do. The good thing is, fixing that door, I can do it like a pit crew. I can have that door disassembled, fixed, and back together in less than 10 minutes. I've done it that many times. So, I couldn't tell you how many people I heard said they blew subs Saturday. It was a lot. Yeah, that's the Made of Steel curse, man. That's what we do. That's how it is. But the good thing is that I like to believe that a lot of us are almost like expecting it, because I hear so many times that, like before Made of Steel, oh, I can't do this because I'm building up for Made of Steel, or I can't do that because I'm building up for Made of Steel. Made of Steel for a lot of people is the big one, is the time to shine, is to go out there and see if you can bust out your windshield or whatever. And which, on that note, I gotta say, I did a 57 at 27 or 20, 28, 29, somewhere in the high 20s, Hurtz, because I stayed in the 20-29 class, and my windshield stayed in. So Reyes Auto Glass, if you haven't gone through them, check him out. I believe his link is on my page, but if not, just Reyes Auto Glass. He's a car audio guy. He's used to hold records and everything like that, so he puts the glass in right. He isn't Safelite. Safelite comes out and puts the basic bare minimum of a bead on there and smacks it on there. Reyes actually cleans it, gets the old oils off, gets the old contaminants off, puts a wide bead of a special kind of bonding agent, and my windshield, now the windshield's flexing and the frame is starting to go with it, but the windshield itself isn't actually broke yet. That's windshield number 5 before him. So this is the 5th windshield I put in. The other 4 were guys like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. And they put it in there and one show and it's launched. So whatever witchcraft magic that man pulls, freaking do it. Go through him. If you're audio, go through him. You won't be let down. So Dan Hawk, I lost 4 doors. Ooh. They go out because of the power, or they go out because of the pressure. Because if you remember in the Pathfinder, I kept losing the passenger side door because that's where the pressure would go in there and just tear up the speaker. But I would believe with yours, because if I know yours is a damn good demo vehicle, like a very, very, very impressive demo vehicle. You do a lot of your runs door open and, the windows down and stuff like that. So I know that your build is impressive. I love it, and it's sad for me I've yet to actually get a demo. But, I've never had a demo in freaking a lot of people's stuff, unfortunately. I've seen them in the lanes, I've talked to them, good friends with them, heard their stuff, but I just don't set the time aside for myself to actually go and enjoy the shows in that fashion. I enjoy the show, like Nikki and I were talking about this over the weekend. She enjoys the show, going to the show, running the lanes, seeing the people, and she explained it, and I think I'm kind of the same way on it. When you're running the lanes, people come to you for your service. So now, for you to ask them, "Oh, crank it up," or "Let me see this," or whatever, that's cool. Because they're already there. They're already pretty much open doors. But to physically go to somebody and be like, "Hey, could I listen to your radio for a second?" For me, that's always just like adds into the whole shyness. Like, I don't know. But, okay, so Hawk had the power going to him, had plenty of power. It happens. I know I've heard from more than one person, though, that your demos are impressive. So that's awesome. If I remember correctly, one of the Get Like Heather shows, I sat and watched you for a minute doing it, but I don't remember getting a demo myself. Or if I did, since then you've made a bunch of different modifications and changes to it. Yeah, it's one of those kinds of nights. So I can't think of what else is going on here. The Burb did great. I've talked about that. The show was awesome. John Kent is the man. There's no way around it. We have shows coming up, but here is the catch. We have a show. I don't have a show I'm going to in June. July, there is a show in Ocala that I have not added to the calendar yet because I agreed to it. I got the flyer for it. Life happened, and I just didn't put it in. So this week I'm going to try to get that in order. So there is a show coming up in July. Oh, hey, Possum. When you hear out your right ear something that sounds like a herd of wallabies coming in, you look over at the damn possum. But August is Hayden's show. Hayden's show is supposed to be huge. I'm wanting to be huge, and for the way everything is lined up, it's going to be huge. My van is the only one. Is the only one I sat. Oh, his van is what you meant to say. Excuse me. So, but August is going to be Hayden's show. Hayden's show, for anybody that doesn't know, is in Ocala, and it is actually at a drive-in theater. Hayden got the entire drive-in theater for the day. So we're going to have, and the concession stand is still going to be open selling concession food. That's the main reason I'm wanting to go. He's got the whole thing, I think he says like 10 acres of just flat area for everybody to set up and demo out. So I can't wait for that one. But the show before that's in Ocala, and I will post that up in a bit, like tomorrow or tonight or whenever it is. I'll put a reminder on my phone so my dumb ass remembers to do it. But after that, we've got finals. This season has flown by. I was thinking the other day, like, I haven't done that many shows, but we're already coming up towards the end of the season. And for the end of the season this year, it's going to be just like the years in the past. They're going to be the bomb diggity ass rings that other orgs wish they could do. Because our rings are personalized, our rings have your score on it, our rings, I'm not bashing other orgs, please don't get me wrong on that. The other rings that they do are great, but I joined the ring craze, and I'm happy I did. I'm glad that we don't give out Crystal Awards anymore for first place, because rings are what everybody wants, and rings, I think, are more show that you've accomplished something. As in, that ring is mine. I earned that ring. I won that ring. So, we're doing those again this year. I'm going to say that it's going to be the same design as it's been, because I like those, because on that sense, people can collect years instead of like, oh, I wish I would have won that year because I got that one because that's the coolest one. This one sucks. So I know this design's good because I get a lot of compliments about it. If anybody has any insider ideas or anything about it, hit me up. But I think we're going to do that again this year. They have the Crystal for second and third place. Those have been doing fine as well. So I will get all that information up sometime in the near future, because I usually like to around July, June, July, August, sometime around that time period, more June, July, post the scores up, post the points up, any changes we're making with the organization rules, anything like that. I like to post around that time period. The good news is I have yet to see any reason to change the rules. If the rules are changed, they will not be for the negative. I have a request from somebody to make a change to one of the rules that would actually be positive, and I don't want to do it, but I might do it, and that's, I don't know. I gotta see what the majority says when I decide to make the decision. I may not even make the decision. I may just say to hell with it and let that go in one ear and out the other. But I also gotta do it, think of it that if this one person wants it, then what are the other people saying behind? So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things going on. I'm still just in total euphoria that the show ran perfect, that the weather was, I don't care what anybody says, could have been a hell of a lot worse, that I got to use my new trailer and everything went perfect. And it's just overall seeing a bunch of great people and hanging with a bunch of good friends. Russell stayed from Friday and he left at about 5:30 Sunday. And he's one of my best friends. And that guy is just pure awesome. I cannot be more happy that his org is doing so good. And he said that Made of Steel was the biggest show that he has ran up to date, head count wise. It was enough where he was scared he was going to run out of awards. That's awesome. That is so cool. I am so happy and proud of him. And like I said before, I hope he puts me under. Because now it's a battle. Because now we've got competition. And now it's, I'm going to help him. He's going to help me. We're still going to heckle each other at the shows. It's our thing. It's what we do. So, all that being said, everybody, I think I ran out of stuff to talk about. I can't ramble on for much longer because it's 10 o'clock and I still need to go down and hose off 3 or 4 layers of Made of Steel. So, David Higdon. Dude, his build was freaking awesome. That man has got so much pride and so much love and so much joy in his vehicle. And, he and his son, their vehicles are always impressive. But, that truck, every time I see it, gets bigger and better and louder. And he's taking it. And he's holding 60s now. And it's just, so freaking, still, grats on that, Dave, man. Your truck is just, van. It's just freaking awesome. And it gets better every time I see it. So, all right, let me get this done because my eyes are half open. And if I stay here much longer, the local possums and, bugs and all that stuff are going to take me away. So, anybody doesn't know, I'm Jason, a.k.a. Guy with the Meter, the Grand Poobah and second monkey in charge of this funny little thing called ACCL. I want to thank each and every one of you, and I'm not trying to sound generic because I'm a true person by heart. I want to thank all of you for all that you have done to help get ACCL where it is And if nothing else, for the high number of friends that I've made throughout the process, seeing some great people. I've got so much love for you guys. I hope everybody made it home safe. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We will be in touch. And if absolutely nothing else, Florida State Finals is coming up at the beginning of October. So that's going to be the bomb itself, too. Everybody knows it. Weather's always perfect. It's just going to be great. So see you, every guy. Catch you next time. Be safe, everybody.